little stop cam button in the bottom left, Jamie. That's what you push. But I don't think anyone cares. I eat on camera all the time. Y'all didn't know.
Okay. This is a lot like being on Google Classroom Meets or Zoom calls.
Or Zoom, yeah. It's very similar. Hello, everyone. I don't think we have any viewers yet, but welcome to the live sprints. I am super excited to have my friends Jamie Gordy from Read Brucey over at Instagram. Make sure you guys go follow her. And Jamie the Kansas Reader from here on YouTube. We're working on getting Jamie Gordy here on YouTube. She's close. We'll get there. We'll get her there. We're working on it. We're here to read and discuss Ariadre, the book that we've been kind of group reading, buddy reading as a group. And it is a book by our lovely Christy A. Cole, who's here in Christian BookTube as well. And I'm super excited. It's been a good time so far. Very, very good book. Very good book.
Very pleasantly surprised.
Very, very impressed with her writing. Very impressed with her storytelling abilities, and I'm just captivated by it. There's really no other word. It's captivating. The writing is, and so we're just here to promote Christy and her book and have some fun reading and chilling. It's Jamie Gordy's first live sprint, so we're excited. We love that. Cheryl is also been part of the buddy read, and she will be on later. She said she's going to be a little late. And Celestria also was part of the group, but she is going to be in the comments tonight. She's already finished the book, and she doesn't want to accidentally give away spoilers. So, but we're excited. It's been a good time, and yeah, I have a cute little ambiance that's kind of like fairy tale, like fairyland-esque, if you will. I'm super excited. But we've got some friends in the house. This is Beloved. Welcome in, girl.
Hello.
We got Katie. Hey,
Hi,
Katie, girl.
Katie.
Welcome. Reese is here.
Hi, Reese.
And Mercedes.
Hey, Mercedes.
Hey, Mercedes.
Mercedes is going to get her littles in the bath, and then she'll be back. Love it.
Fun.
TT's here.
Hi, T.
I'm super excited. So it's supper time, y'all. So feel free to grab a snack, grab some food. Should we just go right into a sprint, ladies, so that you guys can eat? We can read. We'll let people get here. I'm probably going to be eating a little later on
to me.
in the evening.
It's fine with me.
Okay. So let me see. Let us know if you're here. Let us know what you're reading. Or if you're not reading, what you're doing. Because these can be productivity sprints too. They don't necessarily have to be reading sprints. Whatever you want to do, just come hang out with us. We're just happy to see you. She is so excited for this. Oh, we're so excited you're here, girl.
Oh, Katie, I'm starting it In Search of a Prince.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, we should. Are we all reading Ariadre tonight? Are we going to start here?
I do got to catch up on today's chapters.
Okay.
I'm caught up. I've read through today's chapters, so.
Okay, so are we supposed to be through 26 today?
Yes.
25 and 26 are today's. Okay.
So I read them. Right.
I have to read today's, and then I'm going to read in Anne of Avonlea because I'm very behind on the group read for Chantel's read through of the books. So,
ooh, Katie, I'm excited to find out what that is. She's talking about her most anticipated book.
Oh,
ever today. You'll find out in my blog Saturday. I'm excited, Katie. By the way, let's see your hair. Oh, thank you.
It really does.
Thank you. You guys are so sweet. You're literally so sweet.
Y'all like my book heart shirt I made last night, by the way?
I love it. You made that?
Yeah, I have a cricket. And
oh, I'm so jealous. I want a cricket so bad.
I don't use it a whole lot. very often anymore.
I
but
would probably literally label my whole house with it if I had one.
I do spells of using it a lot, and then I'll forget about it.
Yeah. Reading The Princess Search by Melanie Sellier.
Read
I
that?
love it. You've read it, Jamie?
Mm-hmm. I'm working on the one I'm reading. I'm reading or listening. My audio right now is the wind one. That's
The Wind and Waves, or
I'll have to look it up. I can't think of it. It's the duology that continues that series. I can't think of it, but Melanie Sellier is such a rabbit hole. Once you go down it, it's a deep rabbit hole.
It sounds like she's the queen of retellings.
She is, and she's good. She's good.
Okay.
Her Christian themes very strong in hers, even though it's not explicitly Christian. The Christian themes are very strong.
Gotcha. Cool. Awesome. I am going to be starting The Princess Companion.
Ooh, that's my favorite.
Yeah,
and I'm very excited. It will be my very first Melanie Sellier. So
To Ride the Wind is the one I'm working on.
Yeah, The Princess Companion was my first one as well.
Yeah, mine too.
You'll love it.
I'm excited. T's reading The Secret Life of Sarah Hollenbeck. Then Some Like It Scott, and she's cleaning her room.
Yeah, cleaning.
Christina's just started laundry.
I caught up on laundry today. I have empty hampers, which I don't think has happened since me and Wyatt got together, which is 12 years.
Is there
Praise
such
the
a thing as
Lord!
catching up on laundry? I'm just curious.
Huh?
But is there such a thing as catching up on laundry ever?
Apparently so.
I didn't know that's a thing.
I even have it all hung up and put away. I'm like wondering if it's going to snow again.
You know, if you turn around and look at the bed in the room where all my laundry.
I love that. Katie says that they have to be reading sprints.
Okay.
So no painting your nails or coloring tea or laundry, Christina. We can only read tonight, apparently.
What about updating my Instagram? Because I do need to do that real quick.
I need to edit a video, y'all, too, and update my reading journal. Hi, Beth. Welcome in.
Hello.
In Search of a Prince. I loved that book so much.
It's a good one.
And I got to read the sequel. I haven't read. Is it To Win a Prince? Is that what this
Prince? Yeah, it's a good one too. It's not as good as the first one though, but it is good.
This is my first Tony Shiloh.
I'm so excited to hear what you think of it.
Yay!
I read the prologue, and so far I'm like super excited. But I mean, when someone told me Princess Diaries, I said, "Stop, no more." Okay.
Yeah, it's Princess Diaries, but adult. So like Princess Diaries is like young adult, but this is like she's an adult.
Yeah.
She's a
What
teacher,
is so exciting about princess stories anyway? I mean, we all love them, you know, it's so fun.
I know, it's like say less.
And also this cover is just so gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
I love the big ball gowns.
I do too. It's gorgeous. I'm obsessed.
I know. I would love to have I'm all about fancy anyway. I like fancy gowns and stuff anyway. So I'm always wishing I had a place to go and wear a fancy ball gown. And my husband doesn't dress up at all. He doesn't want about it. He's a t-shirt jeans kind of guy.
Jamie Gordy, didn't you say that you're like 90% of the time in a dress anyway?
Yes. I grew up Pentecostal. I spent a few years of my life kind of not living the Pentecostal lifestyle, but then I went back to it. So pretty much I'm always in a dress. So it's what I know.
Dresses.
You know, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Beth is reading Wyoming Ranch Ambush.
Okay.
Who's the author? I've never heard of that.
Mm-mm.
Reese says, I love Melanie. She is a rabbit hole of retellings. I've read The Princess Search over 10 times.
Oh, wow, Reese.
Reese! Audiobooks count as long as you're reading while doing. Katie, you're
You know, I love my audio.
harsh. Hi, Celestia.
Hi, Cece.
I have no clean clothes, so laundry has to be done. Christina, we're kidding. You can do laundry. It's fine.
I feel you, sister. My laundry's way backed up, too.
I think I couldn't eat. My husband was very much taken aback that I wore a fancy dress to the kitchen.
I would do it. Look, it's my 50th birthday this year. I'm thinking I'm gonna have a Regency birthday party, but
Nice.
I love that.
Like, no.
No.
I'll be there in my jeans and t-shirt.
Well, you can still have the party. He just doesn't have to like participate, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm almost caught up here. Kate says I'm sorry in a silly mood tonight. Since
Feels
I'm tired.
good.
It's okay. No worries, girly. Christina knew we were kidding. Katree's here. Hey, Katree. All right. I'm caught up. Let's do a sprint.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get the ambience up here. Hopefully it's okay. I think it's adorable.
Ooh.
It's pretty. I love mushroom houses.
So we'll do a 20-minute sprint if y'all are okay with that.
Yep, sounds good.
And then Jamie, just mute yourself. God bless your reading, and I will see you in 20 minutes. Besties! That was 20 minutes. How'd everyone do? Cheryl's here!
Hey!
Yay! I'm so happy.
I snuck in.
You snuck in like a little sneaky little ninja.
That's what I am.
How did we do?
I forgot I didn't read yesterday's chapters. I thought I did.
Oh.
But I got almost done.
Okay. I am caught up. I read the 2 chapters for today, so.
It's starting to get real interesting, isn't it?
It's so good.
Okay, remind me what. Well, are we spoiling? Because I was going to say, remind me what you read. Because I have already read all the way through Sunday's chapters.
We're 226 is what we're at.
Okay.
Celestria, you should totally be in this discussion with us. You should be on live with us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little salty, not gonna lie. A little salty. I was excited. I thought all 5 of us were gonna be here. Cheryl, what are you reading tonight then?
Where is it? I'm been trying to finish The Secret of Chimneys from Agatha Christie.
Oh, I haven't even heard of that one.
It's really good. It's probably going to be one of my favorites if it ends well, but I haven't had very much time to read the last few days, so it's been taking me a long time to read it.
Jamie Gordy, what are you reading tonight?
I'm reading the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyons, Volume 2.
Nice.
I'm
in the middle of that too. That's such a good book. Oh, I love that series.
Yeah,
I don't think I know that.
They are very interesting. They're little journal books, kind of set in a Victorianish time, I guess, or early 1900s, and kind of they're not fantasy, but it's like a fantastical London. They're kind of neat.
Kind of like whimsical?
Yeah, they're kind of whimsical. There's a ghost, I don't know if it's a real ghost, but it's a ghost,
That they talk about, yeah.
Nice. Cool. And you said, I don't know how to like decipher if I'm talking to Jamie Gordy or Jamie.
If you want, you guys can just call me Jay. That is kind of like a nickname. That way, that helps.
Okay. So Jay, what are you reading after you finish?
So I'm going to
read
In Search of a Prince.
You said that.
I did read the prologue.
Get my brain today.
There's the cover of the book I'm reading if you're curious, Lizzie.
Let me get a little closer. Hold on. I'm going to blow up the screen. I'm going to go full screen and I'm going to. Ooh.
Yeah. I just say
It looks very interesting.
Yeah.
They're so charming.
They are. They're very charming.
Yeah.
Well, I will be moving on to. Yay.
That's a good one, too.
Yay.
I'm so behind, y'all, for the like read along or the reread or whatever for Chantel's Year of Maud. So I gotta get caught up. I gotta make a dent in that.
I still need to read the first one.
Do not DNF it like Reese.
Yeah.
No. So last year when I was in my slump, I started reading a little bit of it and I was liking it, but like my brain, I don't know what happened at the end of last year. I was reading good books but it was just nothing was keeping my attention.
You need to read it.
It is such a great book.
It's so good. So good.
I'm on Anne's. I just finished Anne of Wendy Poplar, so I guess I'm about to read Anne's House of Dreams. Of course, mine are all rereads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only read the first book, so this is my first time with this one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I haven't read the rest of the series yet, so I'm very excited though because I adored the first book. Like I adored it.
I just posted about the first book because it's Galentine's Day, so I posted about female friendships, and I was like, well, I mean, what other book is there to talk about?
There is none. None.
But
I love it so much. I'm getting choked up. It's so cute. It's so cute. Like it just brings tears to my eyes how freaking dramatic she is. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She's so funny.
She is so funny.
Oh, Katie, yes. I would so have you at my birthday party.
We need to have like a meetup.
Yes, absolutely.
A Christian booktube meetup.
Yes.
And I'll like make a GoFundMe for my plane ticket.
Right.
Come to Utah. You can camp out in my basement.
Well, my nephew's over here texting me on my phone over here telling me about we got to go out to his daughter's graduation in New Mexico at the end of May.
Oh, boy.
So he's over here telling me about that. I'm like, whew, okay. Money I don't have at the moment. Can we wait a month or so?
Yeah, when I win the lottery that I never play. That's what I always tell people.
Yeah, my brother's eldest daughter's in volleyball, and it's rec volleyball, so they travel. This next coming month, they got to go to Texas, then get back, go down to Orlando, then get back and fly to Hawaii.
Oh.
Yeah. My mom's watching their Huskies for them.
God bless them. I would. Traveling is exhausting.
I love the idea of it, but I just don't love it like I used to, like actually doing it.
I love it when I'm at the place. It's the getting there that I hate because I hate flying, and I like road trips, but not as much as I used to.
Yeah.
And they take so long to get anywhere from Utah, so
yeah,
it makes it harder.
Yeah, that's kind of, I feel you.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. So when we do our big shopping, we have to drive like an hour to the city.
Our closest shopping is like that. We have to drive an hour for.
That sounds amazing, though.
Yeah.
I'd love to be out in the middle of nowhere away from people.
It's nice. It's got its benefits until you need something in a hurry, and then you have to drive to get it.
Or next day, Amazon it.
Well, except that takes a couple days too.
Yeah, remember when it used to be 2 days for everything from Amazon?
And now it's like, we'll get it to you when we feel like it.
Yeah, we know you're paying us, so we don't have to win your love any longer.
Wichita finally got an Amazon warehouse. Finally. So
well, we've got one closer now to us too, so I'm hoping that'll help with some of the times on ours.
Some stuff it's like next day, and then other stuff it's like a week later, and it's like, can you be a little more consistent, please?
All right. That's funny. Yeah, where my work is out in the country, and it's only about 30 minutes from major shopping, but it's, because it's about 30 minutes from here, from where I live, and then 30 minutes on past it is where all of our major shopping is. But
Christina wants to know if we do anything for Valentine's Day. Do y'all have any plans?
I told you what we did.
No. Today is actually my wedding anniversary, so we just do everything today.
Happy anniversary.
I was like, what is she doing? She's supposed to be celebrating her anniversary today.
Yeah, we were gonna go tonight, but the week I've had, I'm like, I don't want to be around people. So
get that too.
We're going next weekend because Wyatt's got to work this weekend.
Well, my husband's not a big crowd fan, so we don't even try to do anything on like Valentine's Day or any time around that. We did go out for our anniversary last month, so
we've always made it kind of a family holiday since our daughters were born. So I don't know, because I just feel like there's so much pressure put on people to make it this big thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't want my girls to be like grow up expecting that of anybody. And I just wanted, and I also had a really hard time being away from them when they were little. So we've always just kind of done that. So we'll probably just stay at home.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah.
Get something to eat. I don't know.
Well,
I don't have to try to make it
tomorrow. So.
It's a big deal.
You don't what?
I don't have to try to make it a big deal. It's a big deal. My hubby jokes on me, and I just let him.
That's nice.
Well, years ago, we figured out that I would rather have a $50 Amazon gift card, or this time it was a Walmart gift card, but I'd rather have that than flowers. So that's what he gets me. So
my love language is quality time. So I desperately want let's go out and have a dinner together, or I don't care if we go out or if we stay home. I just want the time with him.
Right.
I want the one-on-one. Like we can order a pizza and stay in and watch a movie on Netflix or whatever, but pay attention to me.
That's what we do date night every Saturday. Well, mostly every Saturday. But we never go anywhere. It's always here, and he makes steak and we watch something.
Steak? I want steak now.
See, I'm one of those people that everybody hates because I like it very well done. I don't want any pink.
Me too, Cheryl.
Thank you.
No.
So he has a sous vide that he puts mine in, and so it is cooked perfectly, but it's not like burnt or hard or anything, but it's all brown. And so I would rather have his steak than anywhere. And I'm the one that doesn't like crowds, so I would rather stay home.
I like medium rare, but I'm not like my brother. My brother will tell the waiter, like I've heard him say it, bring it to me still mooing.
Yeah.
Still mooing. Yep.
I couldn't do it. If it looks like an animal, I can't eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my good friends is like that. She wants it mooing, and so we always pick at each other when we go out to eat. I'm like, bring hers mooing, and she'll say, bring hers burnt.
That's funny.
I'm starving for steak now.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I mean, I had stomach surgery, so I have to eat very, very little steak now. Almost exactly 2 years ago.
Woohoo!
So,
How'd that go for you?
it was good. it's a struggle still every day. It's a fight. It's not an easy fix.
Yeah.
It was needed health wise.
No.
Do you feel better since you got it?
Absolutely. Because my health was going downhill rapidly. Especially after COVID. After COVID and then COVID vaccines, which I wished I would have never taken. I took it was a long story why I ended up taking them, but it was a mistake, and it seemed like everything just started spiraling out of control. And so I made my insurance ended up paying for it. So that's how I ended up being able to do it. And I don't regret it at all.
That's good.
You have to make the choice, and you have to stick with it, because because I gain and lose and gain. Like I'm at a stage I can't seem to go down any further, So, but
Well, God bless you with that. We'll be praying for you.
Yeah, please do.
The struggle for me too. I love food so much.
It is. I love food. Who do? I mean, we all.
It's so bad. And Steve and I are going to be, to my knowledge, we're staying in tomorrow. But now there's talk about us going up to the Twin Cities, the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. There's a half-price bookstore up there, which I haven't been to. And we like to break out our fondue pot like a couple times a year. So I'm thinking maybe it's about due time for us to make some fondue tomorrow night, maybe.
What do you do in your fondue? Oh, that rhymed.
Poet and didn't know it.
What kind of food do you eat with it?
Well, the last time we did it with the girls, with the nieces, and we did some vegan chocolate, so like some dairy-free chocolate, and we dipped strawberries and marshmallows and graham crackers, and it was amazing. And Oreos.
Sounds amazing.
In the chocolate. It was really good.
Fun.
But this time I kind of want to try a dairy-free cheese fondue. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm just curious. See if I can make it taste good.
On our honeymoon, they brought us fondue, and I'd never had it before. And so we had the meat, and we were trying to get it, and I just thought the meat looked disgusting. So I was like, I'm not eating that. And Doug ate one of them, and he was thinking it was disgusting. We didn't learn until much later that we had to cook it, that it wasn't cooked already.
You need to put it in the pot and let it cook, you goon.
Yeah, we had no idea. So we just ate bread and cheese the whole time.
Well,
so
now
like,
next time you'll know.
Dairy?
If you, oh my gosh, there's a restaurant in the Twin Cities called the Melting Pot.
I've heard of it. Yeah, I've heard of it.
It is so good. It's expensive as heck, but it is like all my dreams come true at the Melting Pot.
Funny. Celestria, what kind of work you got to be doing?
Yeah, she's gonna be working tomorrow. She works at an ice cream place. Cece, yeah, I'm salty. I was so excited to see your face. Which retelling I want to read next? I don't know how to help you, girl. I don't really know any retellings. Katrie says, finishing up some dinner that sprint. I need my glasses.
Pride and Prejudice, my book.
We'll be reading Pride and Prejudice tonight, though.
Katrie, I'm wearing my Jurassic Park shirt.
Woo!
Nice.
Jamie Gordy made her shirt.
Oh, wow.
Christy's here!
I didn't design it. I just made it.
How did you make it?
I bought the design on Etsy. On a Cricut. I have a Cricut.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I want one of those.
Yeah.
Me too. Oh, wow. Christy! I'm so excited. Ben's here. Hi, Ben.
Hey,
Just got off a video chat with niece Margot Rose. While I was chatting, she was sleeping. Oh, baby. Katie says, I believe Daddy has some surprises for our girls tomorrow, along with making some
Aw.
Valentine's cookies together. Then we'll probably get takeout for dinner, making it easy. Nice. Brewster's is the ice cream place.
Oh,
that she
okay.
I was like, why is she yelling Brewster's? I've never heard of that.
I haven't either.
Cece, we all say you should just click the link and join us.
Yeah.
Sister.
I'm gonna guilt trip you.
Have you read
Midnight Prince
The
yet?
Midnight Prince. Who's that by, Christy?
Is that Melanie Cellier?
It probably is. I'm just
Coulier.
I read so
David
many of them
Coulier.
last year. I can't remember which one is
I-
which.
I think
Cheryl, are
that's
you
one of
laughing
the-
at me?
Yes.
I'm glad Cheryl thinks I'm funny.
I
Cheryl,
can never pronounce names ever.
I don't know.
Cheryl, we haven't chatted in a while, have we?
I know.
My Southern comes out when it comes to names, that's for sure.
When I was little, I had a Southern accent. So if I'm around anyone with one for an extended period of time, it comes back.
Well, yeah, I spent 4 years up in Indiana going to Bible college, and so I'd come home and they'd say, "Oh my God, you've been up north too long," and I'd go up there and they'd be like, "Oh my God, you've been up down south too long." Funny. So I can affect, so I can take whatever, which one I'm at, where I'm at.
Close enough to Oklahoma. I have the Okie accent. So sometimes I get like a little bit of a twang on it, but I don't think I have that much of an accent.
I'm not far. Go ahead.
Sorry. Have you sprinted with either of these two ladies before?
No.
And Jamie, you guys haven't sprinted together before, have you? Oh my God! I'm so happy the party's at my place.
I'm just having fun because it's fun to be on with y'all.
Too tired to get on camera. Oh,
see.
Boo.
boo, boo.
Shame.
Shame, Cece. Shame.
Where's a
I left
bell?
for work at 5:30 this morning, Cece. Come on.
I played hooky from work today. I hung out with the hubby. We took little man to his mom's and we watched the live action Cruella with Emma Stone. I was like, I want to see this. I've watched almost the whole movie on YouTube Shorts. I might as well sit down and watch it in a, actual time. It's all right. I liked it for the most part, but the ending I wasn't a big fan of.
Now, what do you do for work, Jay?
I work at a RV dealership.
Okay. I think you probably have said that before, and I just forgot.
Maybe.
Don't ask me my opinion of Emma Stone.
Uh-oh. Do you
Yeah.
think she looks like a foot?
I'm
I
trying
think
to think.
sounds like a foot. I can't stand her voice.
Emma
Can't stand her
Stone, is she in one of the Jane Austen movies?
I don't think so.
No, I'm trying to
That's
think
a
which one.
different redhead.
Okay,
She was in Easy A and Zombieland. Those are the two that I think of when I think of her. And yeah, I just can't get
I guess I'm
getting her
not.
voice out my head.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of movies anymore. I've gone through times when I watched a lot of movies. Not anymore. I'd rather read or watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I love watching movies. My hubby and I, that's like our date night usually. We watch a movie and then
He watches movies or TV, and I watch YouTube. That's what we do.
Yeah.
nice.
Right now it's NASCAR. NASCAR started, so I
Or
normally read.
He watches like auto TV, all those auto car show, those car channels.
My boss has that constantly at work, and I'm just like, eh.
And
Yeah, Reese fell asleep once in sprints, so Cece could too.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No, I'm blind without these. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucy, I can't really talk because I'm blind without mine.
Well,
What's
Okay.
awful?
for waking up at 5 a.m.
Oh,
yeah.
That's disgusting. I would.
But I have trained myself to do that because y'all know I'm a night owl by naturally. I'd rather stay up all night, but
I don't know how you do it, lady.
I've trained myself to do it.
I'm morning. What do you call a morning person? Just a morning person?
An early bird.
An early bird.
Morning bird, night owl.
I'm an early bird. I wake up at between 5 and 6 every day.
Ew.
I don't have to go to work. It's just that's when I get things done.
Ew.
Yeah, I wake up at 5 to do my Bible study.
Ew.
And then at 6, I have to get myself ready, and then 7, get little man ready.
Y'all are crackheads.
I tell you why I do it, because I need to start my day out in the Word. And if I didn't get up that early, and I figured out that it's easier for me to get on to work and then do my Bible reading. Once I get there, otherwise I'd be worried about being to work on time and all of that, especially now that I travel 30 minutes to work, so I get up, I get ready, I go to work, and then I sit down and I do all my Bible study and all of that. And it just makes my day go better. And
I have found you don't want to talk to me if I don't do my Bible study in the morning.
Absolutely, especially as a high school English teacher.
Youth group. Oh my goodness. I had to remind myself I cannot slap a child. Several times.
Wow.
Oh, they're horrible.
I can honestly say the high school I work at now, I truly do love the children I work with. Yeah. But I work at a small country school, and I say children and teenagers. But now the junior high that I used to work at.
Yeah, most of the high school kids won't come to youth group because all the junior high come and they don't separate them, though I tell them time and time again, separate them and you'll find more high school kids. But no one listens to me, whatever. But like the middle school kids, if I didn't have little man, I probably would slap a kid. I'm kidding. I wouldn't slap a kid, but I would think about it.
There are days. Well, look, one of my little girls told me yesterday, and I say little, she's like 6 foot tall, but this child loves me and I love her, but she likes to aggravate me sometimes. And she said yesterday, she said, "You look like a granny today." I had this little pink dress on. She said, "That looks like a moo-moo." So her mama works with me. I said, "Your child told me I look like a granny today." She said, "Well, you can slap her, right?" I said, "Well, it's tempting, but no."
Oh my goodness.
I had one girl, I love her to death. I love their family's pretty special to me because they've gone through it a little bit. The kids have because of their parents, but the youngest, she's one of like the biggest talkers, and sometimes she gets on everybody's nerves, but you gotta love her. And she's so tiny, but she comes up to me and she goes, "You're old." I'm 30. Well, at the time I was 30. I'm like, "That's not old." And she goes, "That's old." I was like, "Wait until you get to this age. You will look and be like, yeah, that's not that old."
I know after Hallie left my classroom yesterday, I thought, well, honey, I am old enough to be your grandma, but I'm 50.
Gosh, I remember what that felt like to think that people that were 30 were old.
Yeah.
Right?
Isn't that crazy? That's so young.
I thought I would feel so different by the time I'm 40, almost 48. And I did not know that I would still feel the same in my head, except just more mature.
I think my mom had more of a problem of me turning 30 than I had a problem turning 30. Because she goes, "That means I'm going to be 60. And I'm like, "So?" And she's like, "So that means you're my baby. I have all kids over 30. And I'm like, "And?" We made it to 30.
That is hard when your kids get to those ages. My oldest is 19 now, and I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, my mom tells me you blink and next thing you know, they're talking back. Or at least that's what she said about me.
My little niece that's graduating in New Mexico, I helped raise her when she was 5 and 6, and she lived with her dad here in town. And I can't believe she's graduating high school. I mean, it seemed like yesterday her dad was 5 or 6, and now he's got a child graduating high school. You know,
Crazy.
and then he's also got a 6-month-old. So
Whoa.
they just had a new baby.
Gotcha.
So
I'm gonna be 47.
In
I thought you
June,
already
I'm gonna
were
be
47.
50.
I'll be 47 in June.
Okay.
So you're a year younger than me. I thought we were like 6 months apart or something. Yeah, I'll be 48 in April.
Lucy, what day in June? I forgot. I know.
The 10th.
You're 2 days after me. I'm June the 8th.
Woohoo!
I'll be 50.
Mine's June 18th.
Wow,
Woo!
you're all Junies.
And
This
you
is
guys,
so happy.
this is my first time sprinting with all married ladies. Like,
Oh, funny.
Really?
literally all married ladies.
That's funny.
Normally it's me and Cece and Reese.
Wasn't that been that long ago that I couldn't have said I was a married lady?
Well, didn't you sprint with Katrie? Like you guys had a double date?
Yeah. No, I'm saying like where it was all like
Just ladies.
more
Okay.
than one. More
Yeah.
than one. Because it's usually me, Reese, Cece, and Christy. And so Christy and I are the two married, and then Reese and Cece are single. So it's kind of fun. No offense to the single ladies out there.
Oh, the single ladies.
All the single ladies. All the single ladies. All the single...
It's got
That's why
its
Cece's
benefits.
supposed to come on.
What?
That's why Cece's supposed to come on and represent.
Needs to represent all the single ladies in the house. Do y'all know that Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce?
Yeah.
That's so stupid. First of all, who would cheat on Beyonce? Second of all, why
Someone who
would
was
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z?
I mean, how many times? Probably multiple.
But like
probably
Jay-Z
the whole
is
time.
ugly. Jay-Z is ugly.
It's about
Who
that
does he
money.
think he is cheating on someone as beautiful as Beyonce? And I hate Beyonce. I think she's a horrible human being. But still, like...
Well, haven't you
There's so
noticed
much-
though that also a lot of times when guys cheat, it's usually with somebody not as attractive as their wife.
Probably, yeah, she's probably not anywhere near as attractive.
Like that's what I've noticed in real life and with celebrities. It seems like it's always somebody that's not as pretty as their wife. And so it's not about the looks, it's about whatever their personal problems are in their own head.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z needs to go step on a Lego.
He needs to go to jail.
Yeah, he does. He needs to.
He needs to go hang out with P. Diddy on Solitary. Or whatever it is that he's at. What is that called? Where they're isolation, whatever.
I think it's solitary. I think you were right.
It is solitary?
Solitary confinement.
Solitary confinement?
Yeah.
We are creeping through these comments, y'all, which is
Yeah,
not a bad thing.
We're having fun
We're
talking.
having fun chatting. So Ben says, my grandparents' Midwestern accents come out every now and then, most awkwardly when I'm trying to speak Spanish.
Spanish with a Midwestern accent.
Ben, you're hilarious. It's
My-
nice to see you.
My dad's side of the family, that's the Mexican side, so they speak Spanish. And of course, they're very fast speaking. And I'm like, I didn't grow up around the Spanish because I'm in the middle and they're in California.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and rock back and forth and be awkward.
Christy, that sounds interesting.
I've heard before and read it on Sarah's recommendation. Woo!
Now, is that in part of the series with Wicked Prince and all of those Prince books?
Once Upon a Prince series?
Yes, that! I couldn't remember it.
I love you so much.
Which, by the way, y'all, I got Count of Monte Cristo to read because I'm on that the reveal scene, and I'm gonna read the arc for Aaron Phillips's gender bent retelling of Count of Monte Cristo, The Betrayal of Eden.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And guess where the Count of Monte Cristo is currently? Holding up my iPad. Just want y'all to know that.
Nice.
That book intimidates me so bad.
It's a good one.
It's a big
That
old book.
copy I have.
It's a copy.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I need to get me a copy and read
I
it.
started reading
It's
it
so good.
years ago, and I've seen the movie, of course, but
The
Spoiler
movie's
alert.
very different.
Anybody
yeah, I
hasn't
know-
read
I
it
knew
yet,
that.
they're going to want to mute because I'm about to spoil some things. So mute
okay.
until my hand goes down, okay?
I'm fine. You
Okay.
don't care.
I don't.
So I just he's getting his revenge. That's all I'm going to say. He's
All right.
getting his revenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I read
That,
just
that really
enough
wasn't a spoiler, but
I
read
do
just
love the
enough-
movie though. Even though it's
of the
different, I
last-
loved it.
I read just enough of the book the one time I tried to read it to know that it was very different from the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie started my crush on Henry Cavill.
Oh, but yes. Oh my gosh. I think I watched that movie 3 or 4 times in a row back in the day.
I haven't seen the movie.
Oh,
I haven't either.
I was told that it has less Christian themes in the movie than
probably.
is
Yeah.
in the book.
That is true.
Yeah, if Hollywood did it, then yeah.
Absolutely.
Jamie.
You know.
Oh, you.
But I listened to it on audio, and so
I probably will too.
I found when I listen to audio, the book doesn't stick in my head as long. Mainly because I should probably go and see if I am ADHD, because like I'll be sitting there and squirrel.
Yeah.
On classics, I do have more trouble with squirreling on audio. I have to sometimes slow down. I listen at 2% most of the time, 2 times the speed, and sometimes on classics and stuff I have to slow them down because I can't. I get.
My husband listens to he listens to nonfiction. A lot of times it's the like military nonfiction. Right now he's listening to The Outpost. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, how do you not like squirrel listening
Or
to
fall
this?
asleep.
Well, because I use audio sometimes in class, and I have to, my Kindle or my audio will start and it'll be on 2 times, and they're like, Miss Gordy, I need to listen to that. And I'll say, well, hold on, and I'll slow it down for them, and they're like, and then it sounds like this, and I'm like, how can y'all stand this? Because this is too. How do you listen to this?
There was one book I had to do 1 speed, but that was because the narrator already sounded like she was in a marathon to get through the book, and I'm like, is the book bad or something? Like, talk like my abuela when she's speaking Spanish. Like, slow it down. That's the only book I had to slow down to 1.
Yeah.
But I normally listen at 1.5. So that's more.
I've got gradually, I started at 1 and then 1 to 1.5 and 1.7. Then I just kept on till I'm at 2 now.
I haven't jumped on the audiobook train yet.
No, but like I said, I say many all the time. I commute, so that's why I listen to audio so much.
I listen to audio at work.
Keiju says I can go southern or northern due to family ties and where I grew up. I used to do a British accent as a teen to freak out my best friend.
Were you good at it?
Nice, Keiju.
Was it a good one? Yes, no excuse.
Oh, Ben. She asked me, where are your glasses? I told her, well, I didn't need glasses at that time.
You didn't come out wearing them.
I almost did. I've been wearing them about since I was in 5th grade.
Bye,
I got mine in
Christy.
3rd.
Oh, bye, Christy.
She'll be back, she says.
But my brother has perfect vision, and I'm like, I just want to.
People like that make me sick. Yeah, I never. And some were,
And
yeah, yep.
a good old whooping.
Great, Ben.
Those
Yeah.
are some hard years.
Yep, exactly. Well, Louisiana has made here in Louisiana, we've made it's against the law for them to have a phone in school. Now,
Oh, that's a good
that
idea.
being said, there is no recourse for it. All we can do is follow our normal procedures for taking phones, but
When I was in high school, we're just, we had the flip phones, but they made like little lines on the whiteboard, and we had to go and put our phone where our name was, or else we wouldn't be counted for attendance.
wow. Of course, now phones are so expensive. You're scared to do that. Gosh.
Yeah.
Of course, out where we are, I doubt we would have one get stolen, but you wouldn't want to take that chance.
My husband deals with some of the kids from time to time. So
I'm glad we didn't have them when I was a teen.
Me too. Me too.
Jesus.
Especially some of the things I did, some of the silly stuff I got up to. Can you?
Yeah, I was a weirdo.
On Facebook. So. Oh, geez.
I'm so glad there was no social media, because my mom's bad about it now. Like, everything's got to be on social media. I'm like, Mom, people don't care.
I'm a social media person. I like my social. Well, and part of it is my family. That's how I keep up with my family, because they're scattered all over the place. So that's how we communicate, So I put everything. Now my husband, he doesn't even have social media, So he's like, don't put me out there.
Like, if we go help my mom
sometimes.
paint her house, she'll have to let everyone in the world know we went and helped her paint her house. And I'm like, Mom, no one cares if your house is painted. I hope you know this. Like, if it's family, they'll be like, oh, okay, cool, but nobody else cares. And she's like, you just don't know. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm just glad I was, because I know all my stupid crap would be up on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Well, y'all, we've been chatting for over an hour, so I feel like we should sprint.
Already?
I feel like we should sprint.
It goes by fast.
It does.
So yeah, last time we sprinted till 7:10. No. Yeah, 7:10. Okay, so it hasn't been quite an hour. It's been
a little bit.
Almost an hour, yeah.
Almost an hour, yeah. It's been a hot minute. Yeah. So we will 20-minute or 30-minute sprints. What's the vote?
I don't care.
20 minutes is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So we'll say it's 51. Yeah, we'll just go till 10 after. Are y'all okay with that?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Let me bring up the ambiance. And sound. I'll see you in 20 minutes.
Oh, I
That
heard yawn.
20 minutes.
What?
That was 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
How did everyone do?
I read 3 chapters.
Woohoo!
I read a couple chapters.
I read.
I finished my last chapter in Ariadre and picked up, I want to say, maybe a chapter and a half in Search of a Prince.
I read a chapter and a half in Anne of Avonlea. It's so good. It's so good.
Cheryl, did you say you've read this edition of Emma Lyon's journals?
I've read book 1 and I'm halfway through book 2.
Yeah. Have you got to the dinner party yet with the neighbor?
Yes.
That's where I'm at. That's funny. That's all I'm gonna say.
Y'all have me curious.
I think you'd like them, Lucy.
You probably would.
The first one's like 105 pages. The
Yeah.
second one's a little bit longer, but it's still pretty short.
Yeah, they're easy reads. They're journal entries, so they're short, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Epistolary.
Yep.
Yeah, they're epistolary.
Okay.
Yay. Cool. I got warm, so I had to take off my long black blouse and I put my back streets back. All right.
That's funny. I was stuck on the Backstreet Boys kick, like randomly, like around Christmas. I was singing "I Want It That." Like, where did that come from? Tell me why.
Have you heard Weird Al's version?
Probably.
No, Weird Al has a Backstreet Boy version?
He has a version of that song. It's called eBay, and it is hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
I found on eBay.
Oh Lord, I love it.
Tell me why I bought that Smurf alarm clock. It's so funny. It's so great. I love
And
Weird
then,
Al.
of course, I think of VeggieTales belly buttons. Have y'all ever seen that? Is it the which show is it? It's Little Joe. The silly songs from
Yes.
the Little Joe one is Backstreet. You know, they're doing a Backstreet Boys version.
I've only seen it once. Little man stuck on one VeggieTale movie called Noah's Umbrella.
I don't know that one. I don't go. That must be a one.
I'm so done with it.
I've never seen VeggieTales.
What? Oh, Cheryl. You gotta go watch them. The old ones especially.
They're so cute.
They are. They really, really
They are. Yeah.
I was one of those 18 to 24-year-olds that kind of helped make VeggieTales popular when they first came out, because I was like in Bible college, and during the summers I worked at a Christian bookstore some, and yeah, I was one of those because they were just hilarious. I mean,
yeah, I remember VeggieTales when I was a kid.
We are the pirates who don't do anything.
We just stay at home and lie around.
And if you ask us to do anything, we'll just tell you we don't do anything.
Wow. That was awesome.
I felt old when I realized that a year from now I'll be having a parent-teacher conference when my daughter is in kindergarten, because her adopted mom will be her teacher.
Wow.
That's crazy.
My son starts pre-K next year, so I will be doing homeschooling next year.
Oh,
Fun.
wow.
God bless that.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine until we get to where he has to start doing math. And then I'm going to be like, go to your dad.
That would be my problem with homeschooling, because if I had to teach math.
Well, I just use curriculum that teaches it for me, and same thing, have them go to my husband, or my younger daughter go to my older daughter now.
Yeah. I suck at math.
Me too.
Me 3.
Mm-hmm.
Me 4.
I see a theme here. We like books, not math.
I I think I was the only teen growing up who didn't think 30s was old at all. 30 was hard for me. It was really hard. Turning 40 was not that bad for me. Turning 30 was way worse. I don't know why.
29 and 39 and 49 were harder than actually turning 30, 40, and 50. Does that make sense? Like that last year of each one was harder to me. Like, oh my God, next year I'll be 30. Next year I'll be 40. Next year I'll be 50. You know, that's hard. I don't know why.
I think for me, 16 was my hardest because we couldn't do like the big sweet 16 for my birthday. And I think I was the only person in my group that didn't have a boyfriend ever. So I kind of felt behind.
I get that though.
So
I was kind of like that.
Yeah. I know 30 was hard for me because I was still single. So I think that could have been
me
it.
too. Me too.
I was still single when I was 30, but I wasn't when I was 40. So
I met my husband like when I was 34. Now we didn't get married till I was 40. So we had been together 8 years when we got married. So, but anyway, so I was still single at 30. So I felt very old and very out of touch with the rest of the world at that point. I mean, I had a boyfriend, but I knew like I wasn't gonna marry. You know, it was weird. I don't know how to explain that.
it also was like the time kind of like now it's more acceptable to be single at 30
right.
versus like 10 years ago.
mm-hmm.
That's very, very true. But that being said, my niece, and she's beautiful. I have two nieces actually that are in their 30s that are one's 32. One will be 30. She'll be 32 on the 16th, I believe, and the other one will be 31 in August. And I worry about both of them because they're at that age now. I don't want them to be 40 and not have a family. You know what I'm saying? Like me. And they're both just beautiful Christian girls. And I'm like, God, please send them a husband, a good, godly man, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I do have one friend who's been single for so long that he's like, when he does go out on dates, he's like, is this person going to interrupt my peace? Or is they going to help me bring God's peace?
I get that too. I do. I absolutely get that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he's fine being single, so.
And my husband and I, because we were both older when we got married, neither one of us had ever been married. We didn't have children. And he worked away until he retired right after. So I guess he retired in 2021, but he worked away and we were so used to being apart all the time, you know, I think that's the only way it worked for us because we had both been singles for so long that if we would have been together all the time, we still get on each other's nerves. Because we're just not used to being, you know, I mean, you know, we deal with it like in the summer when it's so very hot, he doesn't go out to our other place hardly at all. And he'll be here. And sometimes I'm thinking, okay, yep, go see your mom. Bye-bye.
How long has everyone been married?
4 years.
21 years?
Ooh, 9.
And it'll be 12 for us in July. So Jeannie's the baby. The youngest married.
Yeah, you.
Yep. Been together since 2013, but I had some issues, and if it wasn't for me, we'd probably be married a little bit longer. But Jesus had to save me from myself.
You said you filmed your testimony, didn't you?
Yes.
I can't wait to hear it. I haven't watched it yet. Or if you put it up yet, I don't know.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. I gotta go watch it.
I tried so hard not to cry, but it happened.
Hey, that's awesome.
No, it was good. It was really good.
Okay.
Not to go. February birthdays are good. I like them February babies.
My mother-in-law's birthday was the 10th.
Yeah. Nah, whatever, Cece. We look.
It's always
Man.
Man.
Oh yes.
Y'all are mostly spilling it all over the celebrities, but still.
That's what happens with Lucy.
I have feelings,
She has opinions about
opinions about Hollywood.
Oh, I do too.
You know, this morning I was reading in 1 Corinthians, and we've had a situation, I'm not going to get into it, going on with our church, and it really made me think about it's not like the whole church, but a couple people. And I almost posted a video, I didn't, but I was reading in 1 Corinthians in chapter 9, and they were talking about preachers. Well, Paul was having to tell these people in Corinthians, and he was like, hey, y'all leave the preachers alone. They got to eat too, you know. They come and they work and they build this church, and y'all don't want to feed them, essentially is what he's saying. You know, y'all don't want to give them the benefit of their labor, you know. And that's essentially what he's saying. And I got to thinking about, you know, this is the same group of people that 3 or 4 chapters earlier he's having to fuss at because they're so immoral that he's having to say things like, don't sleep with your daddy's wife, you know, come on now. So we're talking about a super immoral group of people, you know, that had fed into the church, that had bled into the church. And I'm thinking, there's a parallel here. These people are dealing with some major sin issues. So instead of fixing their sin issues, what do they start doing? They start looking for somebody to blame. So what do? It's the preacher's fault. We don't need a preacher. You know what I'm saying? And I thought, man, do we not do that as human beings? Is that not what we look for? Somebody else to blame. And leadership, they'll always try to do that with leadership.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my soapbox for the day. When she said that about the sin in the fallen world, it made me think about that.
Yep. Hollywood is, yeah.
Hollywood has been a cesspool since it started. You can go back. I was talking to my husband about this. I was like, there's a reason we know the casting couch as something dirty. And it's been like that since the 1920s.
Right.
Because Shirley Temple was talking about how she remembered the casting couch, and I couldn't listen to it.
Oh.
I couldn't. I was like, I grew up on Shirley Temple with my grandma on my mom's side. And I did not want those movies tainted.
Right. I could see that. Speaking of Hollywood, I just saw in the group with Gabrielle Myers, and she just posted that she's starting to write book 7, and the timeline for book 7 is the Gilded Age Hollywood, and I can't remember what she said the other timeline was. The Gold Rush, I think. So
Fun.
So I was like, whoa, this sounds interesting.
It does.
I just got my mom reading that series. She just finished book 2 yesterday. I'm like, please go faster. Read the next one.
Ben says, I can't listen to audiobooks past 1.5 speed. It's just not possible for me to take a book seriously enough when the narrator is a chipmunk.
But Ben,
I do listen to everything. I like 2 times speed almost everything. There's certain people I can't, but most people I listen to it too.
After you get used to it, you don't even hear the chipmunk sound anymore.
Yeah.
I don't. Unless it's like I said, sometimes those British books or those classic books, I hear it more.
Yeah, if somebody has a British accent, I usually slow it down.
Yeah.
Ben says, Jamie, maybe this super speed narrator was being paid a bonus if she read the book in under 2 hours.
So
Maybe.
Petrie says, she always said I was good at it. I did it for a whole weekend. We were together once, and by the end, she went, oh my gosh, I don't even remember what you sound like anymore.
The British accent.
Northern and southern accent. Ben says, oh, okay. We had a teacher's meeting today, and a teacher asked a question which launched 1,000 more questions about managing phone use in the classroom. I didn't say anything, but after 20 minutes of people talking, I got the Jeopardy theme stuck in my head and was ready to go home.
There is no managing it. The only way I know to manage it is if they would just have some way to shut down the signal. But then we couldn't use ours, and we're required to use ours. We have to have ours to sign on the computers and to, like, for emergencies, like we have a panic button on our phone, different things we have to have ours for. To get in the doors, we have to have our phone.
Gosh, that's hard.
Christy's back.
Hey, Christy.
Christy.
9 pages.
9 pages.
Cece decided to read The Midnight Prince. It'll work for the BookTuber rec prompt for February. I like the writing.
That's good.
So you know how I said I have no excuse not to be reading? I didn't say anything about reasons. Ben, are you not reading?
Read.
I bought on eBay. Tell me why I bid on Shepherd's Bull today. I found it on eBay.
Right, Celestria?
This is so funny.
Frozen in bubble wrap.
That's the one I know the most. The bubble wrap. The bubble wrap one of the silly.
Mm-hmm. My favorite was.
What can I say? I wasn't raised Christian.
And this time of year, love my cheeseburger. Cheeseburger, my precious cheeseburger.
What was the other
There's one for you. Ooh, oh, I got for you. Ooh, oh, you're my precious cheeseburger. My precious cheeseburger.
I didn't know I was coming to a concert tonight.
Oh, don't get it's hilarious. One night my husband was just doing this because me and my nephew and nieces and we got started on VeggieTales, and my husband didn't grow up. He didn't understand the VeggieTale thing, and he was like, just go with it. It'd be all right.
Oh, the minute
you watched them too? I thought maybe it was only a Christian thing.
What now?
Oh, Josh said that he was surprised I hadn't seen any, and I thought it was just a Christian thing. So I was asking if he watched it.
Oh yeah.
maybe with his girls.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, now whenever it goes on, all of us are just bump, 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 bump.
If you like to talk to tomatoes, if a squash can make you smile, if you like to walk with potatoes,
Yep.
down the produce aisle.
Have we got a song for you?
Got a show for you.
Okay, now go get your costumes on.
Look, one of my favorite lines from the whole, I don't even know what show it's from. It's Larry, and I've always wanted a t-shirt, and I need to make myself one. Larry says, I laughed, I cried, it moved me, Bob. I've always wanted a shirt, and I still haven't made one. Laugh.
God is bigger than the boogie.
Yeah, I used to sing that to my foster babies when I had foster kids. I had one that wouldn't sleep hardly at all. I would sing God is bigger than the boogeyman. I do support homeschooling. If I wish I just have to work, so.
I love it. It's been one of the biggest, I guess, best decisions I've made with our kids.
Now, because of where I work, I would absolutely send my kids to the school where I go to, because I work at a public school, but it's like a small Christian school because of the
Yeah.
environment I work in. It's a small country school, and everybody just about goes to church. There's maybe 5 or 6. Can y'all hear my husband singing?
Is he singing VeggieTales?
No, he isn't, but he's singing. He sings when he takes a shower. I don't think he even realizes he does it. He's like right on the other side of the door.
That's fun. Yeah, if my girls had had good schools, I don't know what would have happened. I mean, they did have some good schools, but when I started homeschooling, it was because we had moved to a new city, and they went to 2 different schools, and they both were terrible, and they both had a terrible year.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just took them out the next year, and then it was kind of going to be a year-by-year thing. And then pretty soon it was just, nope, we're doing this through the end. I love it.
Yeah.
Of course, one's graduated now, and the other one's in 9th grade.
Well, my husband said when we had the Fosters and we thought we were going to get to keep, we thought we were going to get to adopt them. He said he would have ended up putting them in a Christian school because the schools in our main town where I was working in Leesville, he said he wasn't going to let. They were going there as little kids, as little guys, but he wasn't going to. And our church has a Christian school now. I would have sent them there, but now where I work, because like I said, it's like a Christian school. It's so everybody goes to church. Everybody, it's a safe environment, I guess is my point. It's you don't have to worry about it.
The bad thing about being a cop's wife is you end up finding out some things.
Oh, I bet.
And of course, our school has an SRO.
Yeah, we do too.
And they're constantly dealing with kids, and it has now become a problem of girls sending certain photos, and then those photos getting sent around the school.
That's been a problem for a long time.
Kansas has made it where it is a charge of something minor. I can't think of what the charge is called, but and then the drugs, like my husband has to go and run his dog on the lockers and on the bags. And I'm just like, seriously?
We have all kinds. It's fun. Yeah, it has public education, but it's so worth it. When you get those when you reap those rewards, when you make a difference in somebody's life. Yeah. Now, sometimes in those schools like that I worked at in the big school, you don't see those rewards as much as you do in the little schools,
I know our towns have been trying to get rid of our superintendent. It never fails. Every year, somebody's trying to get on the school board to get rid of him, and then next thing we know, they're his best friend. And I'm like, okay.
Sounds like school board politics to me.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm not going to deal with it.
No, if you can do it, if you can stay at home in school, do it. I don't blame you.
I was really glad that they weren't in public school anymore by the time they got to middle school. Because I had the drugs in my locker in junior high. Luckily, we didn't have the dogs come sniff.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my husband and I both had very different junior high experiences. 2 totally different kinds of kids, but neither one of us had good experiences at that age in school.
When I went to a charter school, so we had kind of like the Christian background a little bit. And so once I got into middle school, I was the naive kid learning stuff I shouldn't have, like my friends should not have known. And then going through this school, I'm just like, I don't want my children to go through what I had to go through with public school, especially here. I don't want them to have that.
I get it. I do. It's a hard choice. It is.
Now the closest Christian school to us is an hour away. It's called Trinity, and they're one of the top schools in Wichita, but it's an hour away.
My dream would be to be able to retire from public education one day and go to work at my church school, but I don't. You got to be pretty well off financially to work at a Christian school, at least these small Christian schools, because there's no money in it. It's very, very small amount of pay, but I would love to. I would love to do it.
Give me a minute. I gotta plug in my computer before you lose me.
Oh, and just to clear that up, I wasn't doing drugs.
Yeah, I figured there was a story there. I was gonna say I need the story.
No, I did drink. I did drink and I smoked in junior high. But my best friend's boyfriend was a dealer. We hung out with guys that were in their 20s when we were that age. So we would bring them, or she would bring them to school and dispose of them to the other kids.
Well, thank God for deliverance, right?
Yeah.
K-Tree says the first bit of math is just basic counting, adding, then subtraction. Then it's when they get a good few years into it that it'll get hard.
And that's what I would struggle. And then if you have to do like the Common Core type math, then I'd really be in trouble.
Yeah.
I had some of my youth group kids trying to teach me how to do that, and
squared, honey.
I'm sure my face was comical to them.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about my limit too.
I lost track of where we're at.
Sorry.
We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
That y'all get a tutor or enroll them in a co-op.
Yeah,
I tried to find co-ops. I couldn't find any when my kids were that age. Because it was not a thing here yet, and so every co-op I found was little kids. I've still never been able to find any homeschool community here that is kids.
Ben does tutoring. That's good to know for you guys that are home.
Does tutoring. He's a Christian, so that would be good.
Yeah.
Teacher says, I'll thankfully only need help past pre-algebra. Wow, I cannot talk. With teaching math, I stress the most about teaching reading while I'm going to be getting lots of resources for that.
Okay, K-Trade, the best book is Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. I taught preschool long before I had kids, and I've taught kids how to read just with phonics, with sight words, all the different ways. And when we got that book by a recommendation from somebody when my oldest daughter was, I think, 2.5, I bought it. And so when she was about 3, she started trying to read, and I pulled it out just to see. And so she was already reading. And by the time she was like 4.5, she was already at a 2nd grade reading level. By the time she was in elementary school, she had the highest reading level in the whole school in kindergarten. Wow. My second daughter was not as interested in it. And so it didn't come, as fast with her, which it was like, who cares? I wasn't trying to do it fast. It was just, it was a really good way. And she started when she was, I think, 4.5-ish, 5, right before she got into kindergarten. And same thing, by the time they're done with that book, they're on like a 1st or 2nd grade reading level. And it's just, you sit down and you just look at it and it tells you exactly what to do reading through this book. It works so well.
What's it called?
Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons.
Oh.
It also has like writing the letters, but we actually didn't do that part. We only did the reading part.
That's cool.
We recommend it to everybody because it worked so well. I mean, I'm sure there's some kids it doesn't, obviously, because not everything will work for every kid. But everybody that we recommended it to has come back and said that it worked like a charm for their kids to learn how to read too.
That's good, K-Tree, because get them started as soon as you can. I mean, nothing wrong with it being not formal.
Yeah. I've tried teaching little man to read, and he gets some words, but not a lot. But he mostly just sits there with his books and makes up his own story. And so I just kind of let him do that.
Well, that's good. He's building his imagination.
Yeah.
It's my experience with the little ones, and I haven't taught the little ones other than just with my fosters and with my great niece. You kind of can tell when they're ready to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everybody's ready to learn at the same time
Yeah.
when it comes to, pre-K kind of thing.
Yeah, I would never push anything.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, at some point you do, but like when they're little, I wouldn't push
Yeah.
the reading and all that.
Yeah.
Just like with math, that was easy when my kids were little. Of just when we're climbing up the stairs in the house, just counting the stairs, things like that. It wasn't pushing it until later, but yeah, the reading was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I say I'm bad at math, I can do personal finance. I can balance a checkbook. I can do, because my job, I have to kind of balance out a month of like cash receipts and stuff. I can do that. It's
that's
when they
business.
start,
When
they start putting in the alphabet is when I start losing.
Same.
Yeah.
I can do business math, it's that algebra junk that gets me. And I can even do geometry pretty decently. It's I don't know what it is about algebra that gets me.
Oh, I couldn't do geometry. Shapes were not my friend.
Oh, Josh and Katrie, 6 years.
Cute. In response to Jamie's soapbox, the Corinthians' blame on preachers comes from human nature. It is in human nature to say or think, "Don't tell me what to do."
It's true. That was my catchphrase as a teen.
Yeah.
Amen.
It also stems back to Adam and Eve when God confronts them. Adam blames the woman blames the serpent.
Yeah. His fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Started then.
Yep. Sorry, Steve made spaghetti.
I was wondering what that was. I thought it was cereal at first, and then I'm like, wait, it looks noodly.
It's spaghetti. It's amazing. I've been craving this for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I've been literally talking about it in my foodies group chat with Micah and Cece and Steve. I literally every day I'm like, I want spaghetti. I want spaghetti. Micah's like, honey, we know. You tell us this every day. Steve, when are you gonna make your wife spaghetti? Cheryl, your homework during the next rant is to go on YouTube and watch a few silly songs with Larry.
I agree.
Which them growing up knew of other Mormon kids that watched them too. Maybe it's just a generational thing.
Maybe so. Yeah, maybe so.
Also, funny story, my 4th grade teacher would play VeggieTales and had no idea until a church asked to borrow a copy of one. And he was like, "What? It's a Christian show?" He had no idea.
That's funny.
That'll be child pornography, distributing that stuff. And I think some states have made it to where even minors can be charged with it.
Yes, they can.
We take it so seriously.
Here in Kansas, if they're 16 and older, they will be charged.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, because if they know that, they're less likely to do it.
So you would think.
I wish. I
would. Yeah, I guess I would think that that's how it would be.
Yeah.
Or maybe if they knew it, but they also knew that they wouldn't be able to get out of that.
Yeah.
I don't really follow through with it.
This is another reason why I kind of want to smack some of my youth group kids, because they'll come in and they'll be crying because the girl, and what's bad is some of it's not the boys, it's the girls.
No, absolutely. The girls.
The girls are, I had one girl and she was ruthless, and I had like talked to my pastor about it. I'm like, I know we have to extend mercy, but she's bullying people here in youth group. She needs to get out. And they're like, she's just misunderstood. And
oh no, but you can still make correction in love.
Yeah.
She was part of a group that brought beer to church.
Oh my land.
I'm like, why are we extending more and more without consequences? There's consequences.
In the words of Ben, she needs a whooping.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. And
it's so true, because my parents were very strict. And I had consequences every time I messed up in junior high school. So by the time I got to high school, I was a really good kid for the most part. My best friend, on the other hand, her parents weren't strict at all. And by the time we were in high school, she was in rehab.
Oh,
because we both just split off because of that.
Oh.
And I was so mad at my parents all the time whenever they'd ground me and stuff, but I needed it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a problem when you think that you can't do it because of love. It was the most loving thing my parents did, probably.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, nobody likes to get in trouble, but
And like, I don't want to kick her out because I know she does need Jesus, but there has to be a line.
yeah, you
Draw.
have
And they could probably not say you can't come to activities if you're going to act this way, but then
Yeah.
the leaders still reach out to her,
yeah.
personally to
Yeah.
You have
communicate
to
with her.
you have to draw the line. You have to, for the protection of the other kids.
Yeah.
You have to draw the line.
Yeah. Like, I literally had to call my husband on my kids at youth group. And the next day, I told him, I was like, I am sick to my stomach that I had to do that to you guys. Like, we should not have to do that.
Mhm.
You all know better. This is God's house. Like, granted, the temple, or like our body is a temple, but we got to have some kind of restrictions.
You still got to teach them to respect the house of the Lord.
Yes.
The
That's
physical
a place
benefit
where we
of-
all come together to worship. We're not going to be bringing in the devil's juice or anything like that.
Devil's juice. That's not like that.
That's what I'm going to call it. Because, and I was so mad and disappointed all in once. And now I'm like having flashbacks to my mom saying, I'm disappointed. And it's that mom look. And apparently I have that.
I think we all have it.
Yeah. I was just, especially because we also, have elementary kids there too, and they don't need to be learning that.
No, they don't. Yeah. That needs to be dealt with by the higher ups.
Yeah.
Cat's here.
Hey, Kat.
Cat's
The little
Novel
cat.
Adventures. She,
I saw that was live, and I
Yeah.
did just finish
Oop.
reading Farmer Boy.
I love
Lucy
Farmer Boy.
Lee just
Yeah.
finished attending the Little
Well,
House
it was a
Readathon.
reread.
And y'all popped up. Just want to say hi and boop the like button. Hi, Cat.
Hi.
I did get this, Cheryl, to read it. I haven't read it yet.
Which one is it?
That's that group read she was recommending. It's Farmer Boy Goes West.
Oh, yeah.
It's like an extension of Farmer Boy.
Hung out with 20
Oh,
to
boy.
25-year-olds at 9+, but in a very different way, Cheryl.
Okay, I'm confused.
Same. Please
What
elaborate.
different way?
Elaborate, yes.
Yes, please help us understand.
We
Enlighten
need
us.
more info on this one.
We need the tea, as Beth said.
It's weird being like our age now and then looking back on that and thinking of those guys, and it's like, ew, what is wrong with you? Like, you men need help. You're hanging around with 15, 16-year-olds and you're like 21.
We just had a teacher at our local high school where I went to school and close to where I used to teach that got in trouble for having relationship with a 16-year-old, 17-year-old. I
We
mean,
had a teacher do that
being
out
said,
there.
it sounds a whole lot worse than it. I mean, it is bad because he's a teacher and she's a student. So yuck. But truly, age-wise, it's not that they're not that different in age because he's only like 22, But
Mhm.
and there was a big debate online about should that young of a person be teaching high schoolers?
Mm.
But
It don't matter the age.
it shouldn't because you need to learn to be professional.
Mm-hmm.
I remember some of the teachers out here, like there was rumors of them hooking up with some of my classmates, and
It's always. I mean, we had it when we were in
Yeah.
school. It just wasn't that.
Yeah,
big.
my biology teacher had an affair with a girl at the school.
We knew some of our coaches were. We knew it, but nobody said anything.
only one teacher. No, I take that back. 2 teachers have been caught. One was a female and one was a male.
Mm-hmm. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine even as a 22-year-old looking at a kid and thinking, I'm attracted.
I was one of those
Gross.
that never had a crush on a teacher. We had several younger teachers, but I was like, ew, he's our teacher. Then there's my friend. Oh, he's so handsome. I'm like, ew. He's married.
Okay, Ben, you've reached the limits of my Spanish. You're gonna have to translate.
It says in Miami, the schools are very local.
We're
Very crazy.
Yeah,
Yep.
I got the crazy part. Okay. Yeah.
I should be way more fluent in Spanish than I am because it was my minor.
Well, I took
Wow.
a year and a half. Well, I took like 3 semesters of Spanish, but
I took German.
German.
I was German club president, and I hardly remember any of it. So don't put that on me.
I know some German because around here we have a lot of German, and of course we have the Mennonites. So
we have a Mennonite community in the town adjacent to us. We have a big Mennonite community.
Yeah, where the police academy is, it's in a Mennonite area, and they have a restaurant called Carriage Crossing, and my husband would go there almost all the time.
Oh,
that
wow.
sounds amazing.
When he was there. It was homemade
those Amish
cooking.
and those Mennonites, they know how to cook, man.
Yeah, and the Mennonites here, there's different. I see there's different levels of Mennonites, I guess, and Amish, but Mennonites around here are fairly conservative. Like they wear the little dresses with their pretty conservative looking dresses with the flowers on them, and then they wear the prayer hats. So they're very in their cars. They still drive fairly like stripped down model cars. They drive cars, but they're very plain cars. They're not fancy cars. It's.
I hated it.
The
y'all.
Mennonite church.
I want my money
I
back.
can tell.
Wicked.
I hated it, y'all. I want my money
can
back.
tell.
Get a second bowl.
Yeah,
So good.
we have a Mennonite church here, but the Amish one in Yoder is they still drive horse and buggy, and they have all the signs of the horse and buggy, or they're driving tractors. They don't drive any cars that I know of.
Right.
Cray.
So.
Y'all, we've been talking for an hour again.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's almost 9.
Almost an hour, I see.
Wow.
Yeah, I got about an hour before I'll have to get off.
So then we should sprint, and then we can talk till Jamie has to get off.
Yeah. I have a long weekend. I don't have to work Monday, so it was a good night to do this. And tomorrow's going to be an easy day. We have a big game, which is way down South Louisiana, close to New Orleans. So about half my kids will be gone tomorrow. Because when you only have 60 high schoolers and half of them are on the basketball team, makes for a pretty easy day when all the basketball and cheerleaders are gone.
Wow.
I've been to New Orleans.
Yeah, that's like 6 hours from me. 5 hours from
Stop
me.
on our way to Pensacola
Oh yeah.
for their revival that was happening back in the
that.
late
Pensacola.
90s, early 2000s.
I actually live closer to Houston, Texas than I live to in fact, I'm only about 3 hours from Houston, and I'm only 15 minutes from the Texas line where I live.
Ooh.
And then New Orleans about 5 hours from me.
I will tell you, I would go back to New Orleans for the food.
The food is the only good thing with New Orleans, but it is so unsafe. I mean, as y'all know, that thing that just happened in New Orleans.
I don't even care. I'll
It's
take my
so
Huskies with me to protect me. I'll just walk down Bourbon Street and be like, give me that beignet.
Don't get me wrong. I like me a beignet every now and then.
Gumbo.
And yeah. New Orleans got some good food.
Oh,
Yeah,
so good.
I want to go there for the gumbo.
The gumbo's so good. So
I can get you some better gumbo than you can get in New Orleans. Then
Really?
you need to go to the west side of the state. If you want better gumbo, you need to go around Lafayette or Lake Charles.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Someone cooked it for me. I was my host.
Yeah.
Family
Oh yeah.
cooked homemade gumbo for me
Then
and
you got some
our
good
little
gumbo
group.
then.
It was literally a sleigh ride for my tongue. I thought I was like
Sleigh
I was
ride
like-
for your tongue.
I don't cook the
sleigh
gumbo
ride
because
for my tongue.
I don't know how to cook the gumbo. I don't know how to make the roux. So
I found you gotta
That's
go
so
to
funny.
the backwoods to find the good like mom and pa diners. And
yeah,
they'll have the
absolutely.
best stuff. And so that's where I want to go.
Absolutely. I could take you on a foodie tour of Louisiana that would set you on. Yeah, that would set you.
The only reason I want to go to New Orleans is because my cousin lives there. That's like the only reason. My boss went to New Orleans for a JACO meeting because that's the camper we sell.
Uh-huh.
He said it smells like beer and pee.
That
Mhm.
that sums it up.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
Bourbon
that
Street.
sounds disgusting.
Bourbon Street.
I will tell you, it's an experience walking down Bourbon Street
It
in the
is.
middle of when like Mardi Gras is happening because
Oh,
that's when
yeah.
we're all there. I
You
thank the
wouldn't
Lord
wanna
I
do
was
it very
there
often.
with the campus ministry people that and my close Christian friends, or I probably would have started boozing it up. But like the food made it all worth it. Like I don't even care. Yes, it smelled like beer and it smelled like pee, but
And that it smells like that every day of the year, not just at Mardi Gras. That's the sad part. It always smells like that.
with the food.
That's what he
Oh my
said.
goodness.
It
I'm
always.
not gonna stop raving about the food. It's so good.
And we live above I-10. So our food, we don't have the accent, we don't have the Cajun accent, and we don't have the our food isn't quite as spicy, Cajun-y. But yeah, we still eat. I don't personally eat crawfish, but we know how to make the gumbo and the crawfish
Yum.
and all that here.
Yum.
But I personally don't know how to cook gumbo. I'm not a good cook. My mother, I wasn't interested in learning, and then now that she's gone, I don't have anybody to teach me. So
Yeah. I wish I spent more time with my abuela and my nona so they could like teach me. But the only thing I did not like that my abuela cooked was cow tongue. My
Ew.
dad loved it.
I know
I'm
we were
just
talking about
like,
this.
Ugh.
One of my
No.
kids was talking about he
gross.
accidentally ate cow tongue in a Mexican restaurant or a Spanish restaurant one day. Little country boy.
My husband, he'll try it. He tried. We actually did have a Louisiana couple open a restaurant here. They didn't last very long. But he's like, they got gator. I'm gonna try that.
Oh.
I'm like,
Gator's good.
Gator tastes like
Aw.
chicken, actually.
It tastes like
It's not
chicken.
that bad.
It does.
everyone said something tastes like chicken. Everything apparently tastes like
But
chicken.
it does. Gator
Does it?
does taste like chicken.
It does. That was
Uh,
another thing I tried down in New
It's
Orleans.
more chewy. It's more chewy even than like chicken, but it
Mhm.
is.
I can't even get past the frog legs. I can't.
No.
My dad loved frog legs too.
Yeah. No.
Mhm.
Lucy likes to say I'm the pickiest eater, and things gross me out, and that's what's happening right now.
That grosses me out too, Cheryl. And I'm from Louisiana. I'm not gonna eat no frog. I'm not gonna eat the frog leg.
I want to go back to New York for the food too. They have their food is
Oh, I bet.
I'm a pretty picky eater. I
pizzas, the bagel. We had some really good street tacos when we were there.
Well, come to Utah for the Jello.
Okay.
the Jello.
The
know,
Jello and the soda.
You
Okay,
make the
tell me about
marshmallow
this.
fluff too.
Cheryl, I want to know what funeral potatoes taste like.
Oh,
I'll
they're
share-
You've
really
never
good.
had funeral potatoes?
No, I want
Those
to.
are really good,
Oh,
actually.
That's a delicacy.
Funeral
here.
potatoes.
If you go to
What are
a
they?
Mormon funeral, you will have funeral potatoes and ham and weird Jello. Like that's a given.
So
And one of my best friends in the world is Mormon here. In fact, her husband was just finished his term as the bishop here, but she's never mentioned the funeral. But I always forget to ask her about them too.
Yeah, it's like hash browns with sour cream and cheese. I don't remember what else is in it, but yeah, they're pretty good. My daughters hate it, but I like them.
Lucy, I don't know if you can eat it because there's always a lot of dairy in
Yeah,
it.
there's a lot of dairy,
They're like cheese on top of milk, on top of cheese, on top of potatoes.
sour cream.
I would
Sour
probably
cream.
struggle to eat it nowadays myself, but it sure does sound good.
It is
Here-
good. I don't like Jello though, so that
Yeah.
part, I
No,
don't.
Here
I
at a potluck, you get
Jelly.
funeral potatoes and goulash. That's
And we
the
have
biggest-
fancy soda shops on every
My
corner.
husband's mom likes to make goulash, and
My mom makes the best goulash, bar none.
I don't like all the junk in goulash. I'm not a big veggie person, which I'm a meatitarian. I'm a carnivore.
The other thing I found out I've only seen in Kansas, everybody else looks at us weird, but we, with our chili, instead of cornbread, we do cinnamon rolls.
What?
It's weird, I know,
Chili and cinnamon rolls.
but it's good. You
I
dip
do,
your cinnamon roll in, and
I do Fritos. I always do Fritos on my chili. That's what I do.
I do sour cream, some onion, and then I dip tortilla chips in it.
yeah, everyone always looks at us weird. Go cinnamon roll.
That is weird. That might be the weirdest combination I've ever heard.
Yeah. So far, I've only known Kansas people to do.
Except Frosties and French fries. That might be the other weird one.
That's good.
So good. It's so good.
I actually have tried that one.
It's not that bad, is it?
No,
Yeah, I like fries dipped in
it
ice
just
cream.
sounds weird.
I haven't done that in a long time.
I have to do it like somebody else's ice cream. I can't do it with Wendy's. I actually don't like Wendy's. It always upsets my stomach.
I can't eat ice cream hardly at all anymore.
It's so sad.
I know.
Okay, let's sprint. Let's do a 20-minute sprint, y'all.
Okay.
And then we'll jibber jabber somewhere until Jamie Gordy has to leave us.
Okay.
20 minutes. God bless you, Rudy. 20 minutes. How did we do?
2 chapters that time.
Two?
I unloaded the dishwasher.
Yay. I read a chapter and a half of Anne. I'm on. Look about chapter 6.
My house is getting cold. I guess it's getting colder outside. Well, Louisiana cold, and not Minnesota cold.
How did everyone do in the comments?
Who all still? I don't even. How can we see how many people still? I don't even know how to do all that.
Yeah, if you're the host, you can, but I don't think
okay.
you can, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know how that worked.
Trying to figure out how to remove some stuff because it's being really crazy. Okay, there. That way we can see everyone's faces better. Okay. So, where are we in the... Dave, how'd you do, girl?
Got a chapter and a half. I had to go say goodnight to little man. He got to stay up late because of the NASCAR game.
Ooh, baby. Love that.
He loves NASCAR just like his daddy.
Love that. Stacey said, Lucy finally got spaghetti. Yes, I did. It's so good. There's like a huge pot of it and a huge pot of sauce, and it was all the effort I could muster to not pour the sauce in the pan and bring it up here with me. I started reading by myself at age 4. My mother was worried when my sister hit 5 and was still sounding out words slowly. However, and she finally read The Cat in the Hat by herself.
Every kid is different.
It was what launched her reading frenzy, and she's probably read more books in a week than I can read in a month. Oh yeah, my eldest has been ready to learn for a while, and so I've been doing informal stuff for a bit. Finally got a few books for some basic stuff I knew we'd need for kindergarten. She was the kid who hid her books under the covers and pretended to be asleep when parents checked on her. They took out the flashlight when they left.
Yep, I did that too.
Same.
Yep. Yeah.
Boundaries are important. Yes. Especially if it's a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was in theater from a very young age. College kids and graduates were the main age range for half the shows. One of my best friends is 8 years older than me. Met her in theater.
Okay, that's good.
That's understandable.
That's a good reason for it then, Katrie.
That's wrong regardless of the age gap.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. I don't feel comfortable hearing this conversation given that my ex-husband is a registered SO.
Makes sense.
Okay. Have a good night, Christina. You're probably long gone, but sorry if we triggered anything, hon. It wasn't intentional. All the Mennonites, the radical reformers, fun fact, John Menno, after which the Mennonites are named, wrote multiple theological treatises and that even the modern Mennonites distance themselves from.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
Ben says, I wish there were Mennonites around here to influence us. The main religion in my area of Florida is materialism.
You get that too.
That's the United States, I think.
I bet it was, Josh.
Sounds interesting. My main reason for not reading right now is that we're still talking. It's worth the risk for the food. Talk about New Orleans, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Just don't go down the red light street or whatever it's called.
It's called, the French Quarter.
Crocodile gumbo.
Nope, no crocodile around her.
No.
I didn't.
Nope. We're not a football family, and just. No.
I like football. I just don't like NFL. I'm a college football.
I don't like the teams that were playing, so I didn't watch it. If the Packers aren't in it, I ain't watching it.
The Eagles did a lot of the interviews. They were talking about Christ. I like that, but
yes, I did see that part.
I'm not a Chiefs fan ever because my work, they're all Chiefs fans, and so we have to watch the Super Bowl parade, and I'm watching guys who are at the Super Bowl who are like professing Christ, and then they're drunk, barely can stand, barely can talk. And I'm just like, no, I can't do it.
That's.
Yeah. Okay, I did go watch Silly Songs with Larry. Before I read the 2 chapters, I watched a Sinu song and something about lips. If I lost
my lips.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that song.
So I did my homework. They were funny.
We need to watch Pizza Angel.
I don't know.
What was the first one you watched, Cheryl?
A Sinu song?
Oh, Cebu. Song with the Cebu.
Cebu.
Yes, Cebu. That's right.
Yeah, song with the Cebu. Yeah.
The Pizza Angel one is one of the newer ones.
Yeah, I don't know the pizza song.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah. Brownies would be good.
I mean, you
I'm
sound cute.
not a brownie fan.
I love them.
Depends on how they're made.
Yeah, I don't know. I always get a hankering for them, and I make them, and then I don't like them. Or I'll have somebody make them for me, and I still don't like them.
Yeah. I like them out of the box
10
better
days
than home.
after I turned 8, I got my lips stuck in a gate. My friends all laughed. I had to kiss my great Aunt Ruth. She had a beard, and it was weird.
And it felt weird.
She had a beard, and it felt
It
weird.
felt
She
weird.
had a beard.
Sorry.
I think you guys would like Pizza Angel. He's
We'll
waiting
have to
for his
try.
pizza. He goes, Pizza Angel, please come to me.
It sounds like the modern version of the cheeseburger song. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the cheeseburger song.
Yeah.
I got the cheeseburger.
Princess cheeseburger.
And we just stood there until the fire department came and broke the lock with a crowbar. Pasta.
Sounds like I have a lot of shows
You
to
do.
watch if I want to catch up
You
with
have
you guys.
lots of silly songs to catch up with.
Pirates who don't do anything.
Never
I
been
just
to
sit
Boston
there.
in the fall.
Then the next week speaks in lip rehab with this kid named Oscar who got stung by a bee right on the lip.
Yeah. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that knows
Cece
all
says,
the.
dang, he beat me.
Yeah, the same one.
Ironically, I'm teaching a Polish family English after classes twice a week.
That's funny.
I love you so much, you guys. Well, how are we feeling, my friends?
Very
I'm
good.
fine.
We have not hardly actually talked about Ariadre, and I guess we should probably do that since we
Oh, yes.
supposed to be talking
Yes, we
about
probably
it.
should. So,
I'm so glad I'm liking it because I was worried, whenever you know
We
the
said the
author,
same thing.
you're like, oh, I hope
Yeah.
I like it. And then I have. It's so good.
We
I
said
think-
that before you got on.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of my top books of the year.
I'm really enjoying reading it slow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm enjoying taking, and that's not usual for me because I'm a hurry through a book kind of person. But I'm enjoying taking this one slow and kind of letting it sink in. And I have tabbed up a couple, not a huge amount of tabs, but I've got a few tabs of some things where I'm like, look at her throwing that Christian content in there kind of subtly.
Yeah.
And some different things that she just kind of snuck in there on me.
Dahlia can still go and
Yep.
douse in lemon juice on all of her wounds.
Step on a Lego or two in the middle
Yeah,
of the
she's not nice.
yeah.
get kicked in the shin with one of those speed razors.
Yeah, something.
Those
Oh, and
little-
the ankle.
With a what?
in the ankle with one of those the
The
razors.
razors. It was a
scooters.
scooter. One of
Oh,
those
oh,
scooters, yeah.
okay. I was like, razor. That's pretty gritty there, Lucy.
Just go-
Well,
I forgot
We're
what
down
the
the
scooters
ankle
called
with one of
razors.
those.
we don't
is
like Dahlia.
the worst pain ever.
I can't stand Dahlia. I hate her so much.
It
She's
is
the worst.
I'm very interested because I guess we're all caught up now. We can say it's interesting to find out that she's able to communicate with this new dude.
Yes.
That's
I
all.
love
don't
him.
want to say too much more about it.
Look at Christy's answer.
Or at least so
Or
far, I
Christy's
love him.
comment.
It's easy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we don't like Dahlia.
Christy, is she based off a real person? Because I know that there have been a couple of times where I've texted you like, I like this person or I don't like this person. I'm like, they're based off a real person. Is Dahlia based off a real person? I would really be interested to hear because she is awful.
Yeah.
She's like every mean girl just molded into one.
She's
Yes.
like she's definitely the female version of what's his name off Harry Potter.
Draco.
Draco Malfoy.
Draco
yeah.
Malfoy.
Speaking of Harry Potter, Codwaters. Is he still not feeling very Snapey to you guys? Or because he feels like Snape to me.
She said that he was inspired by Snape.
He's definitely
Okay.
got Snape fields. Yeah, he's definitely got.
So
She is
since he's
not
inspired
based
by
off a real
Snape.
Okay.
Was there a correlation with the family then, I wonder?
Hogwaters. He's giving me very many Snapey vibes.
Yeah, he's definitely got the Snape vibes going on.
Except that he doesn't look like him because he's bald and chubby.
No, just personality.
His personality.
The grumpy, mean teacher who seems to hate somebody for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always one of those teachers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Christy, I'm really loving it. I'm very, very impressed.
Funny enough, one of our math teachers was like that, but he hated every kid. And he especially did not like my husband and his two best friends. And now apparently I'm part of that group because I say nice things. I'm like, "Hi, Mr. Shu," and he just, "Hi."
Sound like he might hate life.
Probably. He is 6'5", so I'm 5 foot, so I have to crank my neck back to see him.
That's funny.
I'm like, "Hi, Mr. Shu." Hi.
I love that.
Okay then.
Christy says, inspired by Snape, but has a vastly different backstory.
Okay, I can't wait to find the backstory.
In the series will be different too.
Oh, okay, good.
That's good.
No dough popping around with always.
Yes, I do look.
I think it's okay. This is not Ariadre related, but I gotta say it before I forget it. So in this book, I'm at a part where Anne has made friends with a certain little pupil. So I thought it was very interesting that y'all were talking about like teacher-student relationships.
Well, it's a different world back then too.
Pupil that just gave Anne flowers. And that just made me think of it.
Yeah.
And she was calling his lips delicious. I was like, okay, that is just so crazy that we were literally just talking about this.
It was just a different world because she was no mean. Yeah, she had no. It was just different back then, and even
the teacher-student relationship was different back then.
Oh yeah.
The guy in the first book, because it was like they weren't that much older, but also it was just looked at differently.
Yeah. I was going to say earlier too, I've always seen myself in Anne in a lot of different ways. But I didn't realize as an adult how sometimes I still have my Anne vibes going on. And the other day I was reading Anne of Wendy Poplars and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so Anne still, because I have a coworker and she's one of my very good friends. In fact, she's one of the main reasons I ended up at Simpson teaching. And she's been through a lot just lately. And I thought, but she's kind of she doesn't like let people in very closely. And I'm not, y'all can tell I'm not that kind of person. I'm going to make you like, you're going to be close to me. I'm going to pull you in, And I thought, is this not what Anne did to Catherine and Anne of Wendy Poplars? I mean, she's like, you're going to be my friend whether you like it or not. So that is so, I'm just that kind of person. I'm like, oh, I still got the Anne vibes going on. I need to, and I was a redhead growing up. I'm not much of one these days. That's more brown, but I was a redhead. So I definitely had the Anne thing going on.
Since you all have read Anne, have you guys watched Anne with an E? Because everyone that I've talked to says they hate that show.
I hated it. I didn't get all the way through it, but I absolutely hated it.
But I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I thought that the lady that played Marilla in it was really good. And in the episodes I saw, she was really good. I like the guy that played Matthew, but I hated what they did to his character. I thought the girl that played Anne was pretty good, but I didn't like some of the things they had her do. And then they made everything into like the way we would look at it modernly with sexuality, and Diana's aunt was a lesbian, and it was just, it was very
so mad. Oh, that. If you're gonna watch Anne, watch the old original 1985
The Megan Fallows.
Yeah.
The Megan. The
I was
Megan-
about to ask, is that the?
Yeah,
That's the one I've always known.
So
that
good.
is the best one by
Yeah.
far.
Literally.
Like
Yeah.
I had this movie called Wild Hearts Can't Be Tamed or something like
Can't Be
that.
Broken?
Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken.
Can't Be Broken. Yes,
I
I love that movie.
I
love
do
that
too.
movie.
Well, all my friends grew up knowing him, that actor, as Jake Ryan. I knew him as Al Carver.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Anne of Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea
Mhm.
was always one of the trailers on that VHS, and I can always remember the exact trailer of those.
Oh,
That's funny.
I can remember, don't even know how I remember this or what I was in the hospital for, but I was in the hospital for some reason when one of the Anne movies come out. It might have been when I had to have a little tailbone surgery. And I remember watching Anne of Green Gables in the hospital, and just even back, I was, like 10 or 11 years old and just loving it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Like
my
the-
favorite movie.
My mom used to make all my church clothes because I liked having clothes that were different. And I went through the whole Victorian era clothes phase. I loved all that.
Fun fact, I met Megan Follows.
Really? How awesome. I've got to show y'all.
Of course you have.
My niece-in-law looks so much like a blonde version of Megan Follows that it's hilarious. It's so funny. I look at Marla sometimes and I think, oh my God, you look like Anne with blonde hair. Let's see if I can find a picture of her.
Yeah. Those movies and Winona Ryder version of Little Women I grew up on. And then there was the 1993 Secret Garden I grew up on as well. So those were constant.
I love that Little
the
Women.
1993 version of Secret Garden? I can't remember that one. Who plays in that 93 version of Secret Garden?
Yes. Hold
I
on.
don't know who that is. Let me see if I can find Marla.
It's been so long since I've seen it. I gotta find where I can stream it.
Yeah, I don't.
I really
Marla
want to
just
watch
had
that.
a baby. Every picture on her Facebook page is the baby, not her. Marla, I need you, not your child.
Maggie Smith. Maggie Smith plays in the 1993.
Oh.
Professor McGonagall played
Oh,
in that.
McGonagall, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that. I feel like I would have, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
This is her and my nephew.
Ah,
She looks so much like Megan Follows with blonde hair. And then certain times she looks more like her than others. And I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah. McGonagall's the only one that I'm recognizing, and she played Mrs. Medlock.
Mm-hmm.
Reading that book again next month.
Yeah,
Look,
I'm reading it. Too.
Here's the new little baby. I think him gonna be a redhead himself.
well, he looks like Baby Ryder.
A little bit, yeah, he
Aw.
does.
Do you guys see Christy's Instagram
I did
Yeah.
a while ago.
of Baby
yeah.
Ryder, the
Yes,
Valentine's?
I saw Valentine's Day.
I don't think I've seen that yet.
No, she must have just posted them. They're so cute.
So cute.
They have a 8-year-old. He's on the autism spectrum, or 7-year-old. He or almost 7. He's this one, but he's a cutie too. But he's, this one needs prayer. All cute.
Cute.
So cute.
Baby Ryder.
Oh, that's really cute.
He's so cute.
I like with Valentine. That's adorable.
Mhm. And then there's and then there are the two that's got the 17-year-old sister about to graduate.
Huh.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah.
So Christy is now motivated
Good.
to continue her.
Get on it, sister. We're ready to read it.
We're ready to read book 2.
Yep.
Yeah, I
know
be.
a lot of people talk about loving it, and it just makes me sad because I'm like, it's not Anne. It's so far from the books.
One of
It's
my
so
kids
different.
today was talking about she liked it, but she's modern, you know. So.
I think a lot of people when they compare Anna with an E is how I compare the new Little Women, the 2019 version, which so many people, they're like, oh, I love it. I'm like, I can't stand it.
I like certain things about it, but as a whole, it just didn't have the same feel as the 90s one, and even the BBC one a few years ago that was really long.
Mm-hmm.
That one had so much of the book in it that even the 90s one didn't have in it. But
Yeah.
they both kept that heart of the book, so even if things were changed. But yeah, the newer one, I liked some things about it, but it just felt different. It felt like it was pushing something.
They were, yeah, with Jo, I felt like they were trying to make her the classic, she's gonna wear pants and go against the norm of being a woman, but that wasn't really Jo. Like, unless when she was dressing up. But like when she was out on town, she wore dresses just like everyone else.
I hate the fact that we have to modernize and try to change history in everything we do nowadays. The cancel culture about everything.
Don't get me started on the Ugg boots scene where they're wearing Ugg boots. Like, are you flipping kidding me? They're not going to Starbucks. Oh, I hated that scene so bad. I can understand if a lot of people not being fashion historians or being interested in it as much as me, but come on, Ugg boots? Really?
This is the Christian Bale one, right?
Well, the 90s one is Christian Bale.
Yeah, the 1993 is Christian Bale. The 2019 is the Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet. Yeah, I liked Emma Watson as Meg. I thought that was good casting, and I think she played that part pretty well.
Florence,
and I like a lot of the actors in it, but
Florence Pugh is my biggest problem.
Yeah, I didn't like that either because they had her playing her young and old.
Yeah, like
and so
I could understand
the age difference.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
This is funny.
I didn't watch the new one.
I don't guess I have either. I don't guess.
Don't.
Baby Ryder painted that picture all by himself.
Aww. Nice work.
Funny, y'all. My friend just sent me this. If you don't receive any love letters this Valentine's Day, don't worry. The Apostle Paul left plenty for you to read.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
I like that a lot. Well, Cheryl and Jay, how are you two feeling? Do you want to do another sprint?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
I will probably have to jump off. I can hear my family congregating out there. They're probably waiting
I'll hang out for a little bit. I may have to come to, I may be in and out getting ready for tomorrow, but I'll hang out for a little bit more.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
So we'll do, I'm cool with like one more 20-minute sprint and then
pray.
Come back and I'll pray and we'll call it a night.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. It was fun to do this with all of you.
I was going to say, I have so thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Cheryl. Love you. Okay. So we will go. Let's see. Should we just go till 10 after? No. Yes.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'll be in and out, but I will check back in.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. Happy reading. God bless your reading. See you in 20-ish minutes. minutes.
Yay. Got all my clothes ironed for tomorrow.
Yay.
Fun times.
I read another 2 chapters.
I only got a little bit done. I ended up talking to the hubby a little bit.
Now I'm trying to check my email on this new iPhone update. I can't stand it. I can't make checking email so hard.
I've actually heard that a lot this week.
Mm.
Night, Christy.
Good night, Christy. About to be good night. It's about
Hubby's in the house.
Hi, Steve.
Hello.
Chapter
19. He's becoming a regular little reader.
Yeah. He's working on it. Not trying to push it on him. I don't want him to hate it.
No, yeah, don't. My husband is so not a reader. He's so not a reader.
Neither was mine until he found out Audible.
Mm-hmm. David won't even talk about that either.
Cece got 13 pages read. And Ben made a Pokemon reference.
Pikachu, I choose you.
Wild Sea appeared. Pikachu, I choose you. Ladies, it has been a pleasure having you here tonight. It's been
really
absolutely
enjoyed it.
Lovely.
It's been
How
fun.
did your first sprint experience go, Jamie?
I loved it. So fun.
Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Fun.
It was so good to meet you in person finally, and
Yes.
we'll have to do it again.
Yep.
Kirsty suggested like a group discussion after everyone's read it.
I think so.
Okay.
I think that would be
Yeah,
like-
that'd be cool.
Where she can come on with us and we can like ask questions and
I would
talk
absolutely
spoilers and all
do
of that. So I think that would be a blast to do.
I absolutely think so.
Yeah.
I definitely want to thank her for making all the characters' names actually pronounceable.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's something that I noticed too. Like every fantasy book I've read, some of them are just ridiculous.
I'm
Micah's,
anxious to find out why the flower names. That's
yes, me too.
just to find out.
Micah's book is actually, they're not bad.
They're not.
There are a couple that I'm like, how do you pronounce this? But he's got a pronunciation guide.
Micah's book. I've got that one bought. I've got to read it.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, I need to buy
it's
it
on there.
still.
It's so good. It's so
Yeah,
good. And I'm not a
I-
fantasy girly, so that's saying something.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it soon. I wished, and obviously I know they're all independent. They're so hard sometimes for me to sit down and read a paper book. So it may be the summer time before I get a chance to sit down. Doing this one, like this, where I can read a couple, just make myself read a couple chapters a day.
Yeah. I also want to know about the markings that some of the girls have. Not every single girl has them. Like Maggie doesn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so curious to know what happened to Dahlia to make her
mean,
so vile.
I wonder if it's an insecurity.
She has it out for Ariadre for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and why is it just like the point? Like other people had beaten her at points, but yet for some reason when Ariadre did it, she just started hating her.
It's just like singling her out.
And just the unprecedented, the vile rumors for no reason. Like,
I know, that made me mad.
That she was skinny dipping with
Kieran.
Yeah. She's a vile child and wretched.
Yes.
What are some other adjectives?
There's times where I'm wondering if Dahlia and Kieran are in like cahoots.
Yeah, I don't know about Kieran.
I don't like him. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him.
He seems kind of smelly.
The way he reacted when Dahlia came out, I'm like, there's something not right here.
To quote Hamlet, there's something rotten in the state of Denmark.
Yeah, definitely. And it's Kieran.
I don't like him. I don't trust him. And I still say that Ari needs to be with Eli.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering what the connection's going to be with the new guy.
And how does she know his language?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Like, that's literally. Oh my
I didn't want to say like too much about it in case somebody.
I got goosebumps when I was reading those last two chapters. I was like, oh my goodness. How is this happening? It's almost like with Harry Potter speaking parcel tongue.
Yes, that's exactly what I
he didn't realize no one else could.
I saw a parallel between the relationship between Ari and Dahlia and Harry and Draco.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of like there's a parallel there too. So.
Definitely there. Yeah, that parallel is definitely there. You can definitely see the inspiration, that she had, that she was inspired by. It's not like the same story by any means, but you can see that, she's had some inspiration in her life from certain characters,
And I want to know more about the purple cloak person.
Yes, me too.
Just like, who is this person? If it's a woman or a man, probably a woman. If it's an enchantress.
I just can't get over how cute the writing is. It's just so darling.
She's very good writer, and it's very. I'm gonna say this as an English teacher, and I know Lucy will probably agree with me. It's very well edited.
Yes. No typos, no grammatical errors, no misused or misspelled words, no misuse of italics.
Yes.
That was one thing that drove me crazy about Autumn by the Sea, is that she was using italics in places that she shouldn't have been using italics. And yeah, the grammar was so bad in that book.
Well, I was trying to read and I don't know if it was in independently published book or not, but she's a Louisiana author. I've heard of her several times. In fact, I've read another short, at least a novella by her. But I picked this book up through Book Funnel the other day, and I went, I don't even know if I can read this. It was so badly edited. I was like, oh God. Oh jeez.
And it's what I don't like is when you can tell it's been edited, but there's certain parts that the editor should have like told the author, hey, you need to fix this.
I've seen a few of those too, even in published. I mean, like traditionally
there's
published.
like plot holes, and it's like,
yeah. And like my pastor's wife has a series of books, and I just recently, last year I read them, and there were some editing. Most of hers were like just minor editing mistakes, but I was like, I wish somebody would edit these better. And I'm not the best editor. Especially if I know what it's supposed to say, I tend to read it like it's supposed, and then I'll read it a second time and be like, oh, I missed that. So yeah. I need somebody to edit behind me, Yeah. But if I'm reading something that's brand new that I'm not familiar with, I'll catch them, Yeah.
I always tell people it's bad when I point out editing issues because I suck at it. So it's bad when I'm pointing it out. And I don't have like your guys' experience as an English teacher and English major. I don't have that.
Right.
So. But Autumn by the Sea, is that the one by Melissa Tagg?
Yeah. I wasn't a huge, it wasn't like terrible for me, but I was not like woo, this is a great book.
I tried reading it. I DNF'd it.
Yeah, I didn't. I finished it, and it did take me a while to get through it. Like, I had to come back to it a couple times.
I finished it because I was buddy reading it with Shannon from Old American Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a painful experience. The grammar was so bad. Like I said, she used italics incorrectly throughout the entire book. And I didn't root for the romance. I didn't really connect to any of the characters except for Maggie.
Yeah.
I liked Micah, her foster brother.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him, but I feel like I didn't get any closure with him at all.
And you don't really throughout the whole series.
That makes me so mad. And it makes me less inclined to read the rest of the series.
Yeah, I didn't get that far into it. I read like maybe the first chapter and went, yeah, not for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't like have it on my Goodreads, is because I only read a chapter in it, and I'm like, I'm not even going to put it as a DNF. It's just...
Right. Well, y'all, I have got to go because the bed is calling.
Okay. I'll say a quick prayer.
All right.
Awesome, Lord. Thank you so much for this day. Thank you so much for this time with these beautiful ladies and just the laughs, the chit-chat, the fellowship. I just really sensed your presence here tonight, Lord, and we just thank you for that. God, I just ask that you would be with all of us as we're going through our things, our strife, our frustrations, and anything that's hard. God, I pray we know that you will go through it with us, and we thank you for that. But help us to have a good night, and bring us back here for another exciting sprint with Christy. So excited for that, to discuss spoilers. And God, just as I always say, if anyone came in tonight that doesn't know you, I pray that a seed was planted, and that you would just reach this world. God, reach the heart of this lost and broken people. God, the Jay-Z's of this world. I pray you would just help us all to shine a light in the darkness, and to just be a beacon of hope to everyone that watches our videos, that comes into our chats, and that we encounter in everyday life. I pray that we would just be a beacon of Jesus. We love you so much, and we thank you for this night, and we pray all these things in the name that's above every name, the name that every knee will bow and every tongue will confess is Lord, the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Okay.
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
Love you
God
too.
bless. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
End the stream now. Sorry for all of the comments that I missed here. There's so many, but I gotta end the stream. I love you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.